folks. My name's Paul Raggio, and I'm co-owner with my sister Lisa of One True North Leadership and Business Coaching Solutions. And this is our weekly video where we provide leadership and best business practice tips, and we do it by summarizing one of our past articles in the Santa Clarita Valley Signal. And the title of this article is, It's About the Process. Well, we won the contract, and my company just finished transitioning 50 armed security officers on payroll to secure one of our federal government's critical infrastructures. Our 24-hour mission was to control the access to the installation and allow in only those who had an official reason to be there. Our officers were well trained and mission focused, yet one of them accidentally discharged a bullet from their weapon into the clearing barrel when he was degunning and going off shift. Thankfully, no one was hurt. And I was a relatively new CEO working for a large corporation, and this was one of my company's first contract wins. Well, discharging a bullet from your firearm without justification is a massive safety violation and reportable to the client and my board of directors. And I thought, ugh, this is not good. And I murmured that to my operations officer when he told me of the news. Then I asked him to get me the details of how and why the bullet was discharged and review and, if necessary, correct our firearms clearing process. Well, 2 weeks later, another security officer accidentally discharged a bullet from his firearm into the clearing barrel while degunning. Same thing, and again, thankfully, no one was hurt. Now I was more than concerned we had a problem or multiple problems. So I asked my vice president of operations and the operations officer to monitor every shift change at this location for 3 days and evaluate the procedures our officers follow to safely clear their firearms before leaving the work site. And their observations and assessment were that some procedures were absent, the security officers didn't follow some, and the shift supervisor didn't enforce some. Additionally, none of the employees received formal training on the process itself. However, the officers and supervisors understood the importance of safety and were motivated to follow a revised plan. This scenario is replicated in thousands of organizations every day. Most organizational work activity is transactional, and if it is, then systemize the action. When organizations begin to scale, they're wholly dependent on the systems in place, the processes that make up the systems, and the procedures required to perform concurrently and sequentially by the workforce that define the process. Management imposes and enforces standards for each procedure the employees must meet to achieve a level of output determined by the process. Maximizing process effectiveness means managers must train and certify the workforce. The employees must be motivated and held accountable for performing the procedures to standard and following the process through completion. And importantly, for every system and process you have in your organization, assign a champion to monitor it for flaws or antiquity. Now, many times employee underperformance can be attributed to a system failure and not a lack of motivation. And a system failure means a process is absent, a procedure in the process is missing or not well defined, there exists an untrained employee on a procedure or the process, a supervisor is not monitoring and requiring workforce adherence to the procedure or process, or finally, the employee lacks the motivation to perform the procedure or follow the process. Too often, though, I've observed managers erroneously attribute underperformance to what they perceive as an unmotivated employee instead of a system failure. Then, what follows is the manager counseling a flustered employee on his underperformance. In this case, the manager is fixing the wrong problem and disenfranchising a good employee. Conversely, imagine what employee morale would be if the champion of the process noted that a procedure was flawed, corrected it, and retrained the employee on how to perform it. When you observe an employee underperforming, the best business practice is to check your system, processes, and procedures for flaws and inconsistencies. Then check to see if there are incompatibilities with other systems, processes, and procedures. Ensure your managers are monitoring and enforcing compliance to the system, and train your employees on how to perform the procedures required of the system. When you follow this best business practice, you will be maximizing your organization's productivity and your employees' morale. Well, my team modified a procedure performed by the ship supervisor as part of the firearms clearing process. Then they trained the security officers on every procedural step in the process and certified them upon completion. Adherence to the process eliminated any possibility of accidentally firing a bullet into the clearing barrel. The revised process was then leveraged and adopted at all our other critical infrastructure work sites as a best business practice when degunning a shift. Organizations are dynamic, as are the systems, processes, and procedures the organization uses to maximize productivity. What my team went through as an organization to fix a problem is what your process champion should be doing every day. This is how you lead, think, plan, and act. That's our leadership and best business practice tip of the week. We've got Growth Club coming up that the Chamber of Commerce is sponsoring. It's on July 9th in the afternoon. As an added value, we not only are giving you a 3-hour workshop, but 6 additional group coaching sessions to really firm up your third quarter plan. Go to the Chamber's website. There you can sign up for it. Whether you're in the Chamber or not, you can attend the program. It'll be in person this time, not virtual. Also go to our website, OneTrueNorthCoach.com. There you'll see our offerings, a little bit about Lisa and me, and then the videos as well as the articles we write for the Signal. I look forward to seeing you next week.